right now, this is how much Brian loves baseball. He is dedicated to baseball so much that opening day is 70% done, 75% done at the time of this recording.
Oh, for the most part, you got probably a couple of those Central Coast or West Coast games coming on here. So
yeah, I think the only games. Hold on, I actually have it. The only games yet to be played are White Sox at Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, which makes sense because you're West Coast.
Isn't it Oakland and Houston coming on here or something?
Houston at Oakland, at 9 o'clock our time. Both of those games 9 o'clock our time. Once again, West Coast. And then San Francisco at Seattle, again, West Coast, 9 o'clock our time, 7 o'clock their time. Makes sense. So, we do have most of the games in the books. There's only one game currently still being played, but it's top of 9. It's Kansas City and Texas Rangers. Kansas City is currently up 14-10. I saw somebody on Twitter said...
Pitchers duel.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is taking...
Just saying, we're not talking about the Chiefs and the Cowboys here, James. What's the Royals and Rangers score?
Yeah, so it's Patrick Mahomes is taking his ownership of the Royals to a new level where they're putting up 2 touchdowns on Texas Rangers right now. Rangers have a touchdown and a field goal, so there's that, which I'm surprised. Rangers, I didn't see much offense coming out of them this year, but...
I mean, they got guys, they got Gallo, and, if he hits the ball, it'll stay hit.
Well, and what happened the day after we fucking posted did the MLB breakdown episode, they released Rogdan Odor, which, wasn't a big thing, but still, he's a longtime Ranger. That game just went final, by the way, 14-10 Kansas City over the Texas Rangers. So,
give it up for the pitchers.
No games currently being played. We gotta wait another hour and a half until the West Coast starts playing. One West Coast team, 2 West Coast teams actually played in the NL West, and technically 4 of the NL West teams played. They just played 2 games against each other.
Somebody owes Cody Bellinger dinner. So.
I saw that. So those who don't know what Brian is talking about, which might be a lot of you, Cody Bellinger hit a home run, but it went off the left fielder's glove and then over the fence. They were playing at Coors Field against the Colorado Rockies in Denver area, Colorado. And so Cody Bellinger hits a home run. There was a runner on first and I believe a runner on second. No, it was just Justin
I thought
Turner.
It was just a 2-runner, so runner on first. And I believe it was the runner thought the ball was caught.
So Justin Turner was on first. He rounds second, and about a quarter of the way past second, so about 20 feet past second, he starts turning back, running back towards first because he saw the ball hit the left fielder's glove. He didn't see it go.
And thought it was caught.
Yeah, he didn't see it go over the wall. So he starts running back to first. Cody Bellinger's watching it the whole way. Sees it go over the wall, so he runs past Justin Turner on the baseline halfway between first and second. Therefore, since Cody Bellinger is the trailing runner and he passed the forward runner, Cody Bellinger is called out, and Justin Turner is awarded the base that he would have gotten, which they decided was home. That he would have scored because it was a home run.
Because it was a home run.
So Cody Bellinger had a home run that was scored as a single. So he hit a home run.
An RBI single, yeah.
So he hit a home run, scored a run, but he was called out between first and second for passing the runner.
Right.
Weird fucking shit. A lot of weird shit going on today. Padres barely beat Arizona. Arizona was battling for a while. Dodgers ended up losing 8-5.
As long as you win.
Yeah, Dodgers lose 8-5. Like that was.
It's in Colorado. Anything can happen there. But again, there's a reason why we play 161 of these things.
162 after today's 161.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
161 more to go.
Yeah, so I texted Brian saying C.J. Cron taking advantage of that high altitude It's because he hit
Who doesn't? Yeah.
He hit a lazy fly ball to kind of like left center, closer to center. Ended up as a ground rule double. The ball smoked a lady in the face, by the way, after it hit the warning track and went over the fence. Hit her right in the fucking ear. She drops her phone and everything. Funny as hell. I was laughing so hard. It was, you're right there. How do you not see the ball coming right at your ear? But, so there's that. Also, big teams losing. Yankees lost today to Toronto at home, 3-2.
Saw the first bit of that before the Twins came on. So
for a little bit, it looked like Garrett Cole was getting knocked around just a little bit, but
Vlad Guerrero hit a ball that damn near tried to decapitate him. It was 114 exit velo right back at him.
I would have retired immediately.
No, James, you would have probably, like you and I both here, probably would have literally just like clenched our cheeks and started waddling off the field going like the brown pants are coming out.
Yep. Too bad he didn't play for the Padres where he could have the brown and yellow uniforms. So Toronto, they come out kind of, everybody sees them finishing third in the AL East. They come out
I wouldn't be surprised if I see them second, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they came out saying, fuck y'all, we're contenders in this shit, and they prove it by taking the first game of the season against New York in New York.
Yep.
And that New York lineup.
Starting pitching depth is the question, I think, with them. So
for Toronto,
I mean, Ryu is solid, like he showed today here, but starting pitching is going to be a real concern, I think.
Well,
with them.
Ryu, I was talking to you about it, and you were talking about how hard pitching WAR is to determine, but he's been the last couple of years he's been up there for pitchers in WAR. So, and for those,
and there's always something to always remember. There's like 5 different sets of WAR because. Like Fangraphs, Baseball Reference, everybody kind of grades them a little bit differently, so you kind of take like the average of all of them. So,
for those who don't know, WAR stands for win above replacement. So basically, you get a number like 1.2. What do you say a good WAR is? It's like 2.5 and higher. Is it a good WAR?
An average. I mean, again, 0 is essentially like 0 is basically like you called up a run-of-the-mill, like minor league, 4A type player. Jake Cave, would you be considered maybe like a 0 WAR player, like the bare minimum you would spend on a position, essentially? And anything above there is, kind of like 1, you're worth, a guy who has a WAR of 1 is worth, 1 win above the average guy at that position.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to calculate. A very good WAR would be something 5 and over.
Well, I'm thinking like somebody that worth looking at is like a 2.5 and higher, 2.5, 2.5 WAR.
Yeah, like a 3 or something. So
yeah, it's
if you can find a 3-win player, I mean that's a solid. You take that, as often as you can get. So
basically,
the MVP players are typically in like the 8 to 10, 8 and above range. So
basically. That WAR, whether it's negative or positive, is how many wins or losses they add to that team above or below a replacement. So if somebody has...
so basically like your 4th outfielder or your utility infielder.
So like somebody like Mike Trout that has a WAR of like 9 to 10, he adds 9 to 10 wins to his team's win total just for him being in the lineup. And
based on his stats and all that other stuff.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stats and everything that goes into it. Another one that's a big one that people need to be looking at is win probability added. So the probability, the percent chance your team is going to win against another team based on this player being in the lineup. So that's another that one's a better gauge for pitchers, I would say. WAR.
Really kind of determines like what a player does to help you, to raise the chances of your team winning. So, like, I'll just use like a pretty like easy example here. Say the Twins are down by 2, bottom of the 9th. 2 guys are on base. Nelson Cruz comes up. The Twins' win probability is like 38%, or
I was
40%. 40%. Let's say. Again. No, whether it actually is or not, and let's say Cruz hits a home run and wins the game. The win probability is now 100 because they won. It was a walk-off. So his win probability added, if that was his only at-bat of the season, would be 60%.
Which is really fucking
because
good.
You'll never see any. Oh, a good one will be like 5%.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
by the end of the season. So
60 is like a name every batting award we have after first ballot Hall of Famer. Rename the Hall of Fame for them type of.
No, we gave the guy a freaking monument, pretty much is what it is. So.
Yeah. So,
but on the flip side, like, you know, if there were 2 outs or something, your win probability was at 40%, and he gets out and game's over. Well, now win probability, he loses, 38 to 40% in his total. So
so
that's how it all kind of marries out to an actual, like, realistic number.
So moving on with final scores around the league, Pittsburgh heard us talking shit about him. So they went to Wrigley Field and won 5-3 over the Cubbies.
Hey, they got a player there, Brian Hayes. That dude's legit. He debuted for him last year. Top 10 prospect in baseball. Played really well last year and went yard today. So,
and then probably the best game of the day by far, I would say so far, with 3 other games still yet to be played. Atlanta at Philadelphia. Fucking DD making plays at shortstop, and just great hitting overall by both teams. They only scored 3. The score was 3-2, but it was just good overall, just good baseball. They both. I'd
say the NL East has 4 teams that can compete against each other in there. So
they both looked like not like fresh out of spring training. I'd say these 2 teams were out of all the games today, they were like the closest to mid-season form already. Like the Dodgers game, I watched that on ESPN for a while because I gotta watch them Dodgers. There was 4 wild pitches in 1 inning. It was bad for Nelson, or what was the name? Yeah, Nelson for the Dodgers. Austin Barnes ends up making a hell of a play on a pass ball, hits the brick behind him, or it's not brick, it's like probably like cobblestone or something. Doesn't matter, I'm not a geologist. And Austin Barnes gets the ball off the wall, off the backstop, makes a diving tag on C.J. Cron running from third. And C.J.'s not a fast runner. The guy's a power hitter, and a first baseman. I don't know many power-hitting first basemen that are fast on the base pads.
Who is this?
C.J. Cron.
C.J. Cron is fast?
I was saying he's a power-hitting first baseman. I can't think of any power-hitting first baseman that's fast.
Yeah, I mean, when you grade it like that here, like he's probably faster than,
Prince Fielder, Albert Pujols. So, no.
Hey, I was at the Prince Fielder game in the Metrodome when he hit an inside the park home run. You go stand in front of that.
Yeah, and the outfielder
running down. Yeah,
the outfielder stopped to go get a dome dog or something during the play.
It was Lou Ford, and he lost it in the roof. His last game as a Twin.
Yeah, that makes sense. Lou Ford. He's like coaching down in the Florida area, like rookie ball.
Oh, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. So Austin Barnes makes. Have you seen this? Did you see this play?
No.
So he makes an amazing
Again, I'm very limited into what I can say I saw here today. Yeah. So
he made an amazing glove first dive from behind home plate to try to tag C.J. Cron, who was sliding feet first. And can you guess what happened to Austin Barnes? Glove first.
Got a nice little cleat. Yep.
Glove first dive. The cleat misses. The leading foot misses the glove hand. Gets him on the throwing hand. 3 big holes in his hand. And they showed it on the replay. He immediately started wincing and grimacing. And he walked down the tunnel. And they showed it on ESPN. Who's the lady commentator for ESPN?
Mendoza?
Yeah. Jennifer Mendoza?
Jessica.
Jessica, same thing. And